physically housing the inmates. For example, a cell that's designed for 1 or 2, what does that result in when you're over capacity?
Anytime you're over capacity, the CO's workload and danger increases. They have more inmates to watch at one given time. They have more directions they have to give. And you got more things happening around you. So as inmate population increases, their job increases. It gets tougher. Tough job gets tougher.
Now, let's talk about community correction centers. If there's any one area of growth in facilities that you've seen, what would that one area be?
It would be our CC centers. Obviously, with the state of the economy, it's cheaper to put the inmates in CC centers.
What is a CC center?
It's a community correction center. It's a pre-release, a step down to get them ready to go back out into the community. Halfway house. You will get to hear from some monitors as this process goes along. So we will let most of that for them. But with the way our financial state in the state is, this seems to be the most viable option coming before the Commonwealth. You move inmates out of prison into the CC centers.
When you say viable option, is that the direction the state has chosen to move in?
Well, I think for taxpayers and the DOC, that's the direction.
Okay. And just so for clarification, we'll have CCC monitors testify, but the CCC monitor, if you could, is similar to what a correctional officer, there's no correctional officer at a CC center?
There are no corrections officers. The monitors are the officers. Normally, they have less staff, so they're even worse than some of the percentages we just saw. And they do every bit as much their duties until the same, if not more, than some of the COs. And they will get into that when they testify. The unique thing is they're the lowest paid in the department.
The CCC monitor?
Yes. One of the lower.
And we have 14 CC centers throughout the Commonwealth at this point?
State-run DOC, by the DOC, yes.
All right. And then our slide there indicates how the numbers of inmates are spread out throughout there's 3 regions?
Right, 3 regions, the number of inmates in each region.
Okay. Now we have the Department of Public Welfare facilities. What are these?
These are the facilities that hold an inmate or somebody that's been charged with a crime but don't meet the standard to stand trial. So they get assigned to one of the hospitals, Norristown State Hospital, Torrance State Hospital. They are held, I don't want to say it's like prison because it's not. It's more of a hospital where they try to regulate and get them able to stand trial for the crime.
What's the difference between that and Waymart?
Well, at Waymart, they've already stood trial. They've already been charged and sentenced. The people in our hospitals have not yet. We're trying to get them there.
And do you have correctional officers working in these hospitals?
We have forensic security employees, which are the COs in those facilities.
Okay. And we're going to hear from them later on.
Yes.
And then our last facility would be the training academy. Where's that located at?
That's in Elizabethtown. And this is, you're going to hear from 2 instructors later on about the training that an officer goes through. And this is a drastic change from 20 years ago. 20 the needs that you have to be a CO. It's not a job meant for everyone. We have washouts. They try to run people through, but not everybody they bring in is qualified to do this job. It's just not meant for everybody. That's what makes these people so special.
Now, refresh my recollection, when did you start with the
I
department?
started in 1986. Inmate population was less than 15,000. So over my career, I've seen it double, more than double.
And in your career with the inmate population doubling, has that presented even more unique problems working as a CO on a day-to-day basis or an H-1 member?
Well, of course, when I started, every inmate was in a single cell, so we doubled up. We got some restrictions where we try to keep certain inmates segregated, but it doesn't always work out that way because of the population. So it's caused a lot of issues for the COs to do.
Now, when the COs and the H-1 members are working in the facilities on a day-to-day basis, is there any concept of team that's tried to be instilled throughout the H-1 membership?
Well, we're a paramilitary organization, okay? We succeed by working together, somewhat organized, mostly organized. You just can't plan for everything that a CO sees in a day. I mean, they have to make split-minute decisions.
This paramilitary concept, team concept, is that a bonus working as an H-1 member?
Yes.
Now, in your experience working for the Department of Corrections, have you seen that the inmate gang population has increased?
Drastically. This has presented several unique problems. Gangs are nothing more than the organization of inmates, so they become organized now. Most problems, big disturbances, there's always a gang led behind it. They plan, they carry out orders to cause chaos within the institutions. We have several gangs now. So the advantage we had by working as a team of COs being organized, now the inmates are becoming somewhat organized and makes it a little tougher as well.
Okay. Let's talk about, and we're going to have some individuals testify as to what they do on a day-to-day basis, but let's talk about the H-1 membership and who the H-1 membership are.
H-1 is a diverse group. They range everything from COs down to trades, maintenance, instructors, maintenance, culinary. There's like 60-some different job classifications. What that means is the CO1, his primary duty, and why we showed what we did, is CO1s and 2s, their primary responsibility for running the housing units, carrying on the operations of the day. Some of our other bargaining unit members, they get into teaching inmates trades. They have work crews, they take out a small work crew. The food service, they prepare the food with inmates for the day. So it's a very diverse unit.
You mentioned that, I'm looking up there and I see these community correction center monitors, you said they're the lowest paid people in Oregon. Is there a different pay scale for each one of these classifications?
Yes, these pay scales run anywhere from a 29 upwards to a 37.
All right, so who would be on a 29 on this list?
They are our stock clerks, canteen clerks. They're 29. Our monitors are 30. Our forensic security ones and CO1s are 35s. Our CO2s, our sergeants, are 37. Our trade instructors are 37. Our maintenance are 35.
So, the forensic security
The forensic security that's down at the bottom, what exactly is that classification?
That classification is the forensic security employees that work in the hospitals,
Okay.
and they're paid the same as the CO1 and CO2.
So they work at the 2 state hospitals that you referenced before?
Yes.
And they do the care, custody, and control for the patients at those hospitals?
Yes.
Well, do they have, you said that there's San Francisco and CO2. Do they have supervisors in those?
They have forensic security 1 and forensic security 2.
Oh, okay.
So they have, like a sort of lead worker.
And then let's go up to trades / maintenance. What's the trades? What does that signify? What type of jobs are those?
The trade instructors are individuals such as carpentry instructor, where he teaches inmates certain things about that job. There's electrical, there's plumbing, there's carpentry, there's masonry, HVAC. So there's a long list of them.
And then what's the reference to maintenance? What is that?
Maintenance is a crew of labor foremen, the DOC employees, and they carry out maintenance throughout the institutions. Snow removal, whatever, work crews, cut grass, whatever.
Well, that applies well to, for instance, to, probably a wife's tale to get license plates in jails.
It's not a wise thing.
That's not. Oh, but I mean, would that include some of the factories that DOC runs?
Yes.
And what kind of factories?
Well, they have a furniture factory, they have wood shop, they produce a license plate, they make clothing, they make mattresses. It's all over. Each institution is normally assigned to a certain specific thing. Everything from commissary to making wood products.
See, the only reason the only one I had actually ever seen was, I guess it was Huntington, where they had a silk factory.
Yeah, we have a silk factory.
And I guess it's the people who run those factories.
Yes, correct. That have to supervise and teach the inmates the trade.
So when you talk about the trades or the maintenance classification, you're talking about an individual employed by the DOC that's leading a group of inmates in a operation, be it furniture making, be it soap making, be it fixing electrical problems throughout the
Correct.
facility.
Correct.
And we'll hear from some of those later, but are those individuals also, do they have the responsibility of care, custody, and control of the inmates?
Certainly, they do. That's why we're meeting.
Okay.